Okay, so today we're jumping into a really powerful, very practical ancient letter. It's from James, who was actually Jesus' brother.
That's right. And he's writing to believers scattered all over, facing some serious hardship. It's less about deep theology and more, well, straight up advice for living.
Exactly. Actionable stuff. So, what we want to do is pull out those core ideas for living well, especially when things feel, uncertain.
And it starts somewhere pretty unexpected, I think. Not with comfort, but with this counterintuitive command.
You mean the part about finding joy in trials?
Yeah. Consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds. It sounds almost wrong at first, doesn't it?
It does. Like, are you supposed to pretend you're happy when things are awful? Or is it something deeper, a kind of mental shift?
It's definitely the second one. It's about discipline, a focused choice. He insists you embrace the trial because working through it, well, it makes your faith stronger. It builds real patience, endurance.
Okay, so enduring hardship actually leads to growth.
That's exactly his point. It leads to becoming mature,
Yeah.
complete, lacking nothing, as he puts it. It's that process, that focused discipline through the hard stuff that gets you there.
Right. So let's say you're in that trial. You're stuck. You don't know what to do next. You feel like you just lack that skill for living well.
Then you ask for wisdom. James makes it sound quite simple, actually. Just ask God, and he says God gives generously without finding fault.
And this wisdom isn't just being smart, is it? It's more like moral clarity, knowing the right way to live.
Precisely. It's the ability to make good decisions, navigate the ethical fog.
Uh-huh.
But, and this is crucial, you have to ask with a single-minded commitment to God. No hedging your bets.
Ah, the double-minded part.
Exactly. Relying on your own judgment, flipping back and forth, that divided loyalty. James says it shatters your internal compass.
Yeah, that image of being tossed by waves. Dizzy, confused. We've all felt that, haven't we? When you try to keep one foot in both camps.
Absolutely. You end up unstable in everything you do, which kind of leads naturally into the next big topic, temptation.
Right, so we have external trials, but what about the internal battles? Moral failure.
And James draws a very sharp line here.
He says, no one being tempted should say, God is tempting me.
Yes, that's fundamental. God is completely separate from evil. He doesn't tempt anyone towards evil. Temptation, James says, comes from within.
From our own desires, right, being lured and enticed by them.
Exactly. And when that desire is allowed to grow, kind of takes root, it eventually gives birth to sin. And sin, when it's fully grown, leads to death. It's like an internal process, a self-destruct sequence almost.
So if the problem starts inside with desire, what's the fix? James points outside, doesn't he?
He does. He contrasts that internal instability with God's external consistency. Every good and perfect gift is from above.
Coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights.
Right. And that phrase, Father of lights, is key. Unlike the sun that creates shifting shadows, God doesn't change. There's no shadow of turning with him. He's perfectly consistent, stable.
That's the foundation, then, this unchanging nature of God.
It has to be. He says we were brought forth by his word of truth. That solid, unchanging truth is what we build on. Which brings us straight into, well, action.
Practical stuff again. He lays out 3 really clear rules for how we interact. Be quick to listen
So to speak.
and slow to become angry.
And the order there really matters, I think. Because if you get it wrong, especially the anger part,
Yeah, he says human anger doesn't produce the righteousness God desires. It's kind of futile.
totally futile for achieving God's purposes. So get rid of the anger, the moral filth, and humbly accept the word planted in you. Which leads to his main point.
Don't just listen to the word, do what it says.
Yes. Otherwise, you're deceiving yourself. He uses that brilliant analogy.
It's a mirror one.
The mirror, yeah. Hearing without doing is like looking at your face in a mirror, walking away, and instantly forgetting what you look like.
Wow, that's potent. So the law that gives freedom, the instructions for living well,
Mhm.
only help if you actually look intently into it and then.
Continue in it. Not forgetting what you heard, but doing it. That person, James says, will be blessed in what they do. It's about avoiding that spiritual amnesia.
Which makes his definition of real religion make perfect sense. It's not about rituals or just beliefs, is it?
Not primarily. For James, religion that God accepts as pure and faultless is this:
Looking after orphans and widows in their distress.
taking care of the most vulnerable. Yes.
Yeah.
Concrete action.
Keeping oneself from being polluted by the world. Resisting those negative influences.
Absolutely. Boils down to that. Maturing through trials, seeking wisdom with focus, and then living it out. Practical, active care for others and maintaining your own integrity. That's the path.
So thinking about that mirror again, It really forces you to ask, if you looked at your actions today, right now, would they actually line up with what you say you believe?
Or would you just walk away and forget? That's the challenge James leaves us with, isn't it? That's the measure.